Hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi, hi. Okie dokie. Welcome to another life. Yay! So, those of you who were in the other life, I hope you're also here. And in the other life, we're talking about what are we? Who remembers what we're talking about? Who remembers what we're talking about? So we're talking about To Be a Friend, the movie. And in this particular one, we're going to be talking about The Last Passenger. The Last Passenger. I want to be sure that you guys can hear me because in the last life, at the beginning, there was a technical glitch and some people could not hear me. So let's be sure that you can hear me. Let me just testing. So let's be sure. Okay, I'm sure that you can hear. Hi Ruth, are you still on the live? Can you hear me? So let's be sure that everything is working perfectly fine. Everything is working perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, great. So everything is working perfectly fine. So
Mm.
we are just going to go ahead and invite our village people. Oh my god. So guys, go invite your friends, your families, and your village people to our live. Tell them that this is where it is happening. We're live and we're back. If you're just joining in, please do well to leave a comment in the comment section so that we can know that you are here and I can greet you specially. I want to greet you specially. So go ahead and let me know that you are here and I'm gonna greet you specially. Okie dokie. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to just go ahead and let all our village people know that we have come on. We have come. Town crier. We are here live and direct. So let's just go letting people know that we have started. The movie for the night is called The Last Passenger. The last See that name Roots, The Last Passenger sounds like we are going to heaven this night. And it sounds like maybe some people will be left behind. Maybe rapture is occurring and God is coming. Ruth, when you hear the name The Last Passenger, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Tell me before I give you the summary of the movie. What comes to your mind when you hear The Last Passenger?
Last passenger, like the name sounds.
Yes.
The person who got down from the bus last.
When For me, when I heard
Well,
the
it
name, it
sounds
sounded
like
like God
a
was
movie
coming.
that
Sorry, what did you say?
maybe okay, it sounds like a movie that you feel the surprises.
Okay.
And then someone never expects will be the one,
Hmm.
ends up being the one.
Okay. Last Passenger.
Something like that. The last passenger, something you never expected.
Um, the truth is
Something like
that
that.
this particular movie, The Last Passenger, starring John Ekanem and Detola Jones, it's a very straightforward movie. I'm not even going to lie. Like it's not like the other movie that we reviewed that has turns and turns, right? This one is a very straightforward movie, like so straightforward. But even though there's some movies that you watch that you feel like, okay, this was going to happen at the end. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. But I could predict the film from the beginning of the film. That's the truth, and it played out that way. If you know what I mean, we knew that both of them were going to end up together. But it's not every time that you can predict a movie that the movie will still be so nice and enjoyable. Which you understand what I mean, right? There's some movies that you will predict that, but even though you're predicting the movie is still so nice. Like it's still so cool. That was what happened with the movie The Last Passenger. Yes, once you see John Ekanem and you see it even from the poster, once you see two of them, you know they will end up being together, right? But the way they ended up being together was so adorable to watch. So, Ruth, are you ready for me to give you the summary of the movie without any spoiler?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm
ready.
ready.
Okay, great. So, boy meets girl. Okay, let me just start from the beginning. Um, the cab. He was a cab driver, an Uber driver. That's Johnny Cannon. And I would say that the guy is a rude Uber driver because why would I say he's rude? There was one scene that caught my attention. Somebody came, somebody booked the ride, right? And he was looking for the person on the street. And he goes, you now finally found the person. I say, ah, why didn't you tell me you're short? You just tell me you're standing here. If I said that you're short, so I'll know that I'm here looking for somebody that is tall. So you have told me that you're a short person. Then I will know
That's
that
funny.
I'll tell you, say, and I'll know who I'm looking for. And you have told me that God was not generous with you with heights. When he was sharing heights, you're
Wow.
not there. That's what so they already established that the guy has bad mouth. So there was this beautiful girl, which played by Detola Jones, who was dating a good for nothing person who is, he who pisses her off more than even appreciates her. So on this fateful day, they had their argument and she had a pitch in the office. So she just left the house angrily with her pitch file, only for her, the Uber driver had to be this rude guy. So because she was so angry, she got into the car and she slammed the car. And Baba said he wasn't going to drive until she comes down and goes in again and closes the car well. Hey! The girl was like, what? Are you crazy? Do you not have a peach? I have this. So, of course, there was already a fight at the beginning. So, it started with them fighting each other, if you know what I mean. And long story short, it was even so bad that she left her peach file inside that car, went to her office, got suspended because she couldn't do her pitch. So many problems. And she was frustrated, really frustrated. Long story short, due to her frustration, she decided to move out of the house where she shares with this boyfriend of hers that is giving her too much problem. You get? Unfortunately, the Uber driver has this girlfriend that is forming influencer, always pressing phone. And where they were staying, the landlord had told them to leave. So fortunately or unfortunately, long story short, the Uber driver and Detola Jones found themselves living in the same apartment. They paid for the same apartment, right? Now, of course, you can imagine the first few days because they hated each other. Ruth, are you there? Because they hated each other, they were at each other's throats.
How did they end up paying for the same apartment?
Okay, so the Uber driver and his girlfriend, where they were staying, somebody bought the house and the landlord had given them quick notice a while back. So they've been looking for where they've been house hunting, right? Then so he kept telling the agent that I'm at the last drop. These people want to throw us out. You've been looking for house for me for ages. What's going on? What's going on? And the agent said that the only available house is an apartment, three-bedroom flats, but one girl has paid for two rooms. So if you would take the last room, then you guys will share kitchen and parlor. That's the only one I can get for you right now. And it turned out that the girl in question was Detola because I told you she left because she was depressed. She decided to go and rent her own house. So that's how they became roommates and flatmates. Of course, they both even asked the landlord, I mean the agent for refund. But you know how those things are now. Once you've paid, you've paid. So long story short, the Uber driver's girl, didn't mind because she saw that these two people hated each other with a passion, if you know what I mean. Hated each other with a passion, or so we thought.
That was a big mistake.
Yes, or so we thought, you know. So one day, the Olofofo boyfriend that she left now decided to come and visit and was hassling her. Where have you been? In the form of hassling her, that one wants to start beating her. So the Uber driver was around and he beat the guy blue black. Hey God. He said, what? You want to touch this fine girl? The girlfriend was looking. Yeah? Fine girl. How do you know she's fine? After the whole saga, Uber driver went to mommy's room to go and console her. Sorry, what are you doing with that kind of boy? As a fine girl like you, you're supposed to be with correct boy. But now there's something you don't understand. Not only is he an Uber driver, he's not educated. As I said, the guy delivered on his role. He had this thick Ibotic accent. You know, when someone who didn't go to school and has a thick Ibotic accent is speaking, do you understand? That was his character. So he stutters when he's angry. So there's everything wrong with the guy. But he consoled our madam and they became friends. So it got to the point where when our madam is going to work, because she got took over her suspension and she resumed work. When she's going to work, he would rather drive her than drive his girlfriend. Problems with Shelley in the house. Long story short, because I don't want to give you guys spoilers, so you can really watch the movie and love the movie. Long story short, the girl, his main girlfriend, was pissed off, angry, and decided that okay, she was going to leave and she was also going to take away the Uber he was driving because the Uber belonged to her uncle. Now, Bobo was already in love. He didn't care. He wasn't thinking. He told you, yeah, carry Uber and go. Me, I stay here to take care of, you know. So when she left, long story short, Detola called her friend and says, I think I'm in love. And the friend goes, in love with who? And she says she's in love with the Uber driver. And the friend said, are you sick? How can you be in love with Uber driver? Are you mad? Are you crazy? Can you see yourself? Can you? And she said, well, it is what it is. I'm in love with the Uber driver. That she knows that nobody's really going to support them, but it is what it is.
After all, love is love.
Love is love. So, but the guy, I can't even lie, the guy was nice. Those kind of people, when they want to love, really, those ones that can't, they do. So, the guy was everything and more. Long story short, she stood by her ground and yeah. They dated and they were dating. But now, like I said, I don't want to give you a lot of it so that there are no spoilers. Now, my question is, what do you think? Do you think, like, because I have this theory that until a guy has money, you don't really know who he is. So when someone doesn't have money, he can be humble, he can be this, he can be that. But once he has money, you might not know the kind of person he is. From your own point of view, Ruth, do you think Detola should have dated the Uber driver and all the shenanigans that have happened? Do you think that social class is a thing? Do you think social class is important when it comes to marriage and other things? Do you think social class is important? What do you think?
Well, what a question. What
Because
a question.
social class, because they were not
Social
in the
class.
same tax bracket, they were not in the same social class,
Yeah.
nothing. Tell me.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm actually standing on the fence on this one.
Okay,
I'm neither here nor there.
okay.
So yes, it's important, and then it's not important
Hmm,
because we've seen there's so many life experiences that have shown it is quite important.
hmm,
And then when it comes to matters of the heart,
hmm.
when it comes to love, two hearts beating as one,
Yeah.
it's not important. You know the Cinderella story.
Hmm.
It's not important because love will always find a way to express itself, and
Okay.
love doesn't look at social stratification. It doesn't
Hmm.
look at wealth or anything to pick its mate. So on such terms, It's
Mm.
not important. It's
Okay.
not important.
So
But
that's why it
then,
makes you happy, right?
yeah, but then when you're talking about realities of life,
Mm.
where every day we see the Cinderella story playing off,
At all.
and
Even if we get
it's almost impossible when it comes to real life. That's why we call it the Cinderella story.
yeah.
So it happens, yes, but it's the probability is very near
Mm.
non-existent. So when it comes to real life,
Mm.
hmm, even all the other parties involved, because in real life it's not just now on the film, it's just her, it's
Yeah.
just the taxi driver.
Mm.
But in a real life setting, there will be her family members, there will be his
Yes.
family members
Yeah.
that will tell him all sorts of things. You want to go and marry this girl, she's not your class.
Yeah.
You are going to be the one washing her on this,
Huh?
and all sorts of things. So in real life, a lot of things actually come playing out. So that's why I said I'm
Mm.
actually standing on the fence.
Mm. I can imagine. Okay. So now the thing is, yeah, I understand you completely, and I also share that you know some part of the opinion that you things you have said. Okay, so but do you think why did he leave this other girl who has been with him through thick and thin? That's my question. Like, okay, this girl has been with you. Do we should we always follow the heart? Because now the next thing they'll say is, "Oh, he was in love. He was in love. He was in love." My question now
Are
is,
you asking why she left her boyfriend?
no, why the boyfriend left the other girl and started liking this new girl?
Okay, well, that's the
Yeah.
Uber driver.
Yes, because she's supposed to be loyal to this other one till she messes up.
So you
So
tell me, how was the girl to the Uber driver? The girl
only,
he loved.
I think the only thing that the girl he didn't love any, the one he loved was the one that they were always fighting. This other one, it was just his girlfriend, and they were always at each other's head. Like they were always at loggerheads. They were always fighting. They were always fighting. But regardless, is that why he would just move on like that? That's my issue.
Well, I there's this there is this thinking I actually came about recently that men love women who are unreachable, men love women who detach.
I don't know.
So for what you're saying, they were always fighting.
Hmm.
She was not agreeable. I think that's actually something that attracts men.
Hmm.
An impossible woman.
Uh,
There's this thing about men, heroic, they always want to be winners and takers. So maybe at the end of the day, this woman is so unreachable. If I
hmm.
can just get her and if I can just take her. Maybe that's the reason, and that's the lesson for we women because
A big less.
the other lady, like you were saying, was very probably very good to the taxi driver, was always there
Yes.
and always will do what he wants and was always available,
True.
always there for him. And he wanted something more. Men are natural chasers,
Yeah.
and they would love to chase all through life. So just chasing to get after he has gotten the gold, you have to keep him in the chasing mode.
Yeah.
Let him continue chasing. So I think there's something about being detached, and maybe that was why he was intrigued and came for her.
Yeah. But do you think it's fair to the other girl that was with him, even though the girl too has her own madness?
Oh, that's very unfair. But then, love is for only two
Right?
hearts and not three hearts. Love is for only two hearts and not three hearts. Actually, I didn't see the movie, but I could imagine from what you told me.
But honestly, I didn't even like the girlfriend though. That in fact, I think that's what the writer did. The writer did. There's something that writers do. I've come to realize. They will do. There's something called that person that has taken the bad hand. They will make you. They will make it feel like you're not likable. So that people will actually forget that. you're the one that they had a problem with. You know, they'll make sure that people don't like you. Why people don't like you? Because the impact of what happened, right? Um, didn't get to us. Like we didn't feel the impact, and I feel like we didn't feel the impact because we don't like her. If it was someone
If the
that
movie
we
was to be
like,
complicated, if the movie or the storyteller wants to be complicated now, he will make her character so lovely, and at the end of the day,
yes,
people will start,
then everybody will not
oh,
start feeling bad. Why did you leave?
yeah.
Why did you
And
not leave?
I would actually love a time where our Nigerian movie storytellers to make the film so complicated. Some of these foreign movies are so complicated, and sometimes you don't even
Yeah,
know who to go for. You don't. It's like the film or is probably having co-stars, so
I'm
your
telling
heart
you.
is there, your heart is there. You don't know. Suspense
Yeah,
is
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would really love a time whereby the story will just flip and it will change, and you say,
Just
what's
change,
going on?
Abby. Okay.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but that just makes it into really, hot movie.
I've told
Yes.
everybody that if somebody is not your own, don't worry yourself. That person is not your own because hey,
Mm.
God, how now? I think it's so hilarious to me. But that movie is a must watch. Like regardless, people should watch it with an open mind. You,
Even during the 10 minutes break, I started watching it. I
yeah.
started watching it during our break. I
Hmm.
was able to see that the first boyfriend was actually a very difficult person and
Yes,
unappreciative
yes,
human being.
yes. It was.
And
It was.
most men
It was.
are like that.
Really? Why would you
Imagine he
say?
was asking
Why would
her
you
to
say
fix
most
a
men are like
broken
that?
pipe. He
Why?
was asking her to fix a broken pipe. Well, some men have this feeling of how do I call it? You are a woman, and nothing really matters when you're a woman, and your sole
Ah,
role is taking care of the home. She was telling him that I have to go to work, and he's saying, "Who is going to fix the broken pipe?"
ah, God is
I
good.
got that.
Hmm.
Who's going to fix the broken pipe? Meaning, he was actually saying everything about housekeeping was
Yes.
her role.
Yeah.
And she was telling him that when you've been broke and your business has crashed twice, I've come out helping.
Yeah.
And the next thing he said was that, did you do it just to spite me? Did you do it just to
Ah,
have this opportunity to
anyway,
spite me? So what I got is that he is trying to say, whatever you are, your primary role is taking care of the home. And not until you beat that, you can't add any other thing to it.
I can imagine. So, and I think he's not the only one. This thing you said is an eye opener. He's not the only one that's of that expectation. It's not like when I say he's not the only one that is of that expectation because I feel like it's a two-way thing. You understand? It's a two-way thing by what are you even doing with that kind of guy? I never understood what she was doing with that kind of person. And people who are listening to us on this and all that, what do you guys do with that kind of people? Honestly,
Hmm.
how did you entangle yourself with that kind of a person to the point where they will beat you, they will do this? What's going on? Like, what's going on? And that's it. That's the story of a lot of relationships. If we want to be honest, that's a story of a lot of relationships. And it's just, you know, and another thing I noticed, Ruth, I don't know if you're following me and you understand what I'm trying to say. Another thing I noticed is that's his girlfriend that was somehow and all of that. Women bring something to the table. I don't know about you guys, but women bring something to the table. Ruth, you understand what I mean? I feel like once you bring
Yeah, I
something to
do.
the table, even if you're giving somebody else wrong, see that table that you're breathing, like that table that you are, that you are, would not attract some nonsense. See, finish. Let me use that word. Because I feel like these guys are also smart though. When you know, because he just stepped up. That's what I see it. All of you are flatmates. He just looked at the one that looks like has a bright future. Whether we
How
like,
how did
let us
how
say
did she leave him on the movie? How did she leave him?
she woke up one morning and left now. If it's you when they are already yeah,
Wow.
she just woke up and left. But this is something that could have been avoided. This one, because I always ask myself, how did they meet this? You know, like how did people meet? How did these people just meet? Because there's something that they say they met, and I'm like, wow. And I'm like, wow, how did you meet? I feel like there's some people that should not even meet each other in this grand scheme of things. I feel like there's some people that should not be in the same space. And that Uber guy and the girl, that's his girlfriend, they had no business ever dating. They had no business, as in no iota of business. No one ever dated. Hi, those of you who are just joining, please drop in the comment section and let us know if you actually have you're in a dilemma. Well, Bruce, has that ever happened to you where you're in a dilemma on who to pick? Because that's a flip, bro. Honestly, because the guy had two people that he was going to pick from. Have you ever been in that situation where you like this person, you like this person, you don't know who to pick? Has that ever happened to you?
What's the question?
I said that. Have you ever been in a situation where you like this person and you like two people and you don't know who you want to pick? Have you ever been in a situation where there are two people?
Oh, I've not been in that situation. No, if it comes to romance, I've not been there.
Yeah,
But
because
maybe.
why? But it's a very
Well,
good situation, though. It's a very beautiful situation because at the end of the day, you're like,
wow.
okay, I have the upper hand. Like I'm going to
Hmm.
decide. I'm going to. But the worst part is
Wow.
when you go and decide the wrong one.
You picked the wrong one. Hmm.
You'll be like, oh God, how do I know? How do I know? How do I know? How do I know? You cry.
Hmm.
According to Gege, you will cry. Oh my God, this is
Wow.
very interesting. Yes, you cry. So I don't know. They should just stop it at this point in time. They just have to stop it. Like we have to no capping. You just have to stop it. So I said let me reach out and also oh my God. It was there again. Let me reach out. Let me reach out. And that's the funny one. The part that caught my attention was when he left the babe, the main babe, and carried the other one. That one wanted to go to market. He took the other one and told her, take a cane now. Can't you walk down to the place?
Wow.
I was telling you.
That's me.
That's what I'm saying. See, I'm just going to be candid. I don't think there's any good man or bad man. I don't think so. It's just see, because why do I say
Yeah, I think
there's no
I'm in
good
support of you. It depends on what they feel.
for you? I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Because if you see this movie states clearly, like, ah, if you see the way he's petting that one,
Hmm.
doing this, man.
Actually, you are very right. This thing you said now
It's,
that
it's
there is no
not
good
fun.
man or bad man.
There's no good man
It
or bad
depends
man
on
out
what the
there.
man feels for the
My
woman. The
God.
same man that is not this, is not that, you complain, he doesn't
If
do
you
this, he
see
doesn't
him
do that.
somewhere
If it
else,
is a woman that he loves, he will do everything that he does not do for you.
oh, if he's
Yes.
outside, that's what I'm saying. So we men, can we please make it a norm to find somebody ah that would take us for all our flaws because they're there. Oh. Don't even get it
Hmm.
twisted. Yes. See, there's no bad man or good man. I have realized that a long time ago. Because
Hmm.
you see how one 60-year-old man will see one small girl and be shaking. Hey, God, oh, hey, I'm sorry. That's because there's no age in this
Hmm.
thing. So, what people
Yeah.
need to look out for is you need to look out for how he treats you. How does
Hmm.
he treat you? How does they say P square, Peter record, this one record?
Hmm.
So because the whole thing it just reminded me of when I remember then when P Square wanted to get married. That's the one that got married to the older woman. You know, there is nothing anybody did not say, including the family, right? Why am I relating this story to P Square? I'm relating this story to P Square because um I said this thing and I said it to my future. There's no bad man or bad woman. So everybody kept saying, "Oh, the marriage will not last. The marriage will not do this. The marriage will not do that because of the age difference, right?" And as like I said, there's no good man and there's no good or whatever. There's no good man. There's no bad man. So now, years down the line, the person that they were all laughing at is still married. The one that everybody thought that their marriage was made in heaven are divorced. Now, why am I relating the two stories together? I'll tell you. I'm relating the two stories together because do you think destiny plays in all of this? And why am I saying that? In this particular movie now, why do they have to stay together in the same house? Because if they didn't stay together in the same house, he would focus on his girlfriend. He will not know what's happening in that person's house. So, Ruth, do you believe? Because people will say, like I remember then when, like I said, P Square was marrying the wife Lola. He would say, "This dad, this is my destiny. This is my." Ruth, do you believe there is the destiny, and that's why there's no good man or good man? So that person they are destined to, they treat that person very well. Do you think there's any such thing as that, or those people are just coming up with crazy theories?
Yes, yes. Well, I actually will not call it destiny, but there's always a
Coincidence.
flow between this
Coincidence.
opposite sex, a male relating with a female. So, near allowing her man to come into close contact with that lady by living in the same house is actually wrong
Mm,
because, like one lady said, all women are the same, and the only different parts of women is the face,
mm,
just the face.
word.
From the neck down, everything is the same. Everything. So
Word.
all women should know that
Word.
all women, we're all
Word.
practically the same. The
Mm,
only different thing is the head upon our shoulders. So when you leave your man exposed with some other woman and you are saying all sort of jargon, you just give him another woman because the only different thing is the face.
is the
And if it happens that
face.
the face is even prettier than yours, oh my God, you are done.
Ah.
Because every other thing he can get from you, he can get from her.
Hmm.
So what's the problem? So she's leaving the man with the girl saying they hate each other. Hate what? They hate each other, Even them hating each other is when you see that kind of chemistry that is like
Yeah.
you're supposed to sit tight and say what's going on here. Why this
True, true, true,
bad blood? Because
true.
it always starts like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why this? Why? You understand? So she shouldn't have allowed them under any circumstance
Circumstance.
to be that close. Yes, and that's why most women are always up on my housemaid, my husband, my helper, my husband, because all women are the same. Whether she's your house girl or your helper,
It's
she's
just the
in
face
close
that is
proximity
different. According to you, it's just the face that is different.
with your
Everything
husband.
is the
The
same.
only thing different from you and her is just the shape. Good to go.
Okay. So in other news, now that you have broken it down like this, do you think it is appropriate for a male and a female to have themselves as best friends, even when both parties are married?
Well, I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay. Why?
Having a male best friend, me, a woman,
Hmm.
having a male as my best friend. Well, that will lead to so many things because if a male is your best friend, anytime you are low
Hmm.
in your relationship or in your life,
Fine.
you always run to him for validation.
Hmm.
You always run to him to pour out your heart, and it could be dangerous because when a man starts comforting a woman or when a woman starts comforting a man,
Hmm.
anything can happen.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't really advise it. In as much as some people say it and blah blah blah, it could lead to a lot of things.
Yeah,
It
I
could
feel
lead
for her
to
because that is
cheating.
the
It
money
could
she
lead
was
to
spending for. Like,
adultery in marriage, it can lead to a lot of things. So it's
makes
not really advisable.
hmm,
It's not advisable. Let the women stick with their women folks as best friend. That doesn't mean you won't have a male friend.
hmm,
But when you say my very close body, it's
yeah.
good for the guys to stick to themselves
Hmm,
and the ladies stick with themselves. How will you feel
hmm,
if your husband has a female as his best friend? Just
hmm.
imagine that.
Just
It
imagine.
will be very, very bad.
Hmm,
He calls her, probably calls her at odd hours. Sometimes you quarrel with him and he wants to pour out his heart to someone
hmm,
and he's calling her. You know, that's bad. Because if I have a male best friend, sometimes I feel like chit chatting, talking. I would call him and I would be pouring out my
yeah.
feminine soul
But
into his masculine heart. And that's actually very, very, that's something.
okay, so your answer is no.
No, 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 no. It's a no, no for me.
Hmm, because one thing will lead to another, another thing will lead
One
to
thing will lead to another. Except they are singles. If they were
oh
singles,
my god.
if they were singles, I
Hmm,
wouldn't mind. I was
hmm,
okay. Maybe the relationship can have another turn
yeah.
and something good or something better will come out of it.
Hmm.
But if you're already married, it could lead to jealousy
Oh,
on the part of partners. It could lead to heartbreak and feeling of
had
low self worth.
yeah.
Yeah, because the husband who so his wife has a male as a best friend would always look down on himself and feel, what is it that I can't give to her? I will give anything to have her smile the way she smiles at him, to smile for me that way, something like that.
Mhm. Okay.
So
Yeah, that's making sense. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. Because for me too is because my darling, one thing always leads to another. Like for real. What the hell? Almost always leads to other. Okay. So Ruth, at least we've the main course of this whole review for this particular movie was, and I will just highlight it. So there's no good man or bad man. It's the way you carry yourself. You were saying, even if you have a 9 to 5, it's the way you carry yourself. You're saying, hey, you're wondering, oh, who is even pushing like eh? Whatever you do in this life, whatever you do, do you understand? Like whatever you do, don't underestimate the next person, the next girl. Don't say, oh no, we've been together for 10 years. This one is small fry. Nobody's a small fry. Any small person, any young person can destroy your hard work because relationship, I don't know about you, it's hard work. It's hard work.
it's
I don't
hard
know
work,
about
oh.
yes. So
Hard work.
so if you say, oh no, it's not that deep, it's that deep and they should
Hmm.
not destroy you. It's really, really, really that deep. So this particular movie I like. So I wanted to ask you, so when we talk about K drama, what kind of K dramas you would give me one name off the top of your head. Let me know if that let me know if that's one.
I didn't get you.
You didn't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that
No.
okay, I said that um while we talk about this one, I'm saying that is there any we're talking about this Korean movies and all that. I want to know, is there any one that you've watched or wanted to watch? I want to give me the title. Let me know if it falls under the one that I said that we can always watch and review. So if you look at I don't know if you still get what I'm trying to say. Do you have any I don't know,
Okay.
any K-drama or
Hmm.
anything wanted
Ah.
to watch? And
Actually, I watched those.
you've
I
watched
watched
half
those.
and they don't allow you watch the remaining half.
Yes, most times I watch her and there's this one I'm actually the name
Let me
oh
check
the name is the thing. Yes, she was actually trying to get herself pregnant because her husband cannot impregnate her. Then she went to get a donor, a sperm donor, and she did that. Only for her to come home to give him the good testimony that she was pregnant and she met her best friend
Hmm.
on him and they were making out. And at that point in time, they weren't even they weren't even surprised, as in they weren't even sorry.
Uh-uh.
Our best friend was wearing her night gown. I think was is it pregnancy? I can't remember. Surrogate something. I can't remember.
Oh,
Me and movie. Just I can just watch for fun, but the title and whoever that person is, I don't really, most times you ask me, do you know this person? I'll say, you know that person because I just watch movies and I really don't keep the title of the actors or
okay.
the movies in my heart.
Okay, I think I'm looking for the screen paper and the movie of the one. I think I'm going to do that. That makes sense. Okay, so
Okay.
now we've learned so many things of this life. Actually, we've learned that when it comes to relationships, don't underestimate anybody. Don't say let's all go and live in the same house. Is it not that girl? They're fighting, they're this and that.
Hmm.
You will be all right. Like the way you'll be all right there, it will shock you. You'll be so all right.
To shock you.
It will shock
Wow.
you. So don't even take that risk. Another thing that we learned is don't be that person that is not sure if the person you're with is your own. And the only way to be sure about that is what does the person do for you? Does the person have to come ask
Yeah.
you? What does
I really have something to say about this particular point you are raising
please go
because
ahead. Go ahead. Tell me.
um when you going into a relationship and you're just going into that relationship because you feel you love that person. You're
Mm,
not really taking out time to see if that person loves you back.
yeah.
I think for
Most people
the
don't.
first movie we reviewed, that was actually what happened. Tega was so much in love with Fola that he never stopped
Mm,
to think for once if
yes.
she really loved him back.
Like
And
you never
I
stop
actually see this
your
playing out every time.
you never
The
ever
person
stop.
you may be
Yeah.
loving must or may be loving someone else.
Yeah.
And sometimes we
You'll be
feel
thrown
it
under the
doesn't
bus.
matter.
You just be thrown under the bus. As in because
So if that's the scenario, that means there's no ownership.
yes,
If
as
his heart is
no ownership.
somewhere
Thank you. No
and you are
ownership.
the one loving him, then
One
there's no
sided.
ownership.
One side.
Yeah.
One sided. And it's so sad because a lot of relationships are built on that rock.
Yeah.
A lot. A lot are built on that rock. So it's really, confusing and all of that. Well, I
Mm.
think this was a good one, and we learned something, regardless of the fact that just people, you know, they're older than us and everything. But we just learned something from them, and we're appreciative that you guys joined the live and you guys have been gisting and talking about it. Okay, so at this point in time, would you have any questions about the live? Do you have anything? Because we'll come, like I told you guys that this particular movie is so straightforward, so it wasn't going to take a long time to
Mm.
review and recap and all that. But those of us who know, you know that you have a life outside social media, you have a life outside, this YouTube life. So now that we know that you have a life after all of this, what would you like to do? Would you like to blur um, the not that you know that you have a life, outside this? What would you like to do? What would you like to do, guys? Let me know in the comment section. What would you like to do? Would you like to just take the risk and like the girl, or you drop in the comment section what you would like to do? So those of you who didn't get the question, my question is very simple. What will you do if you're put in a situation where you have to choose this person because you're loyal to the person and the person has been there for years? Then when the other person comes, you have money, but the butterflies in your stomach, regardless, is so much. So whatever happens, please check for the red flags. And the red flags are always very obvious. What they can't, like check out the very feet that you step on to know if you're qualified to be a YouTube, if you're qualified to be in that situation where you just want to choose. But remember, the next person is also a human being. So, in as much as you're saying, okay, no, I'm qualified, this is the person I want to be with, rather, always have at the back of your mind that the next person is a human being and they might feel a certain way. So, even when you're letting them go, let them go with, you know, talk to them, make them understand that they are better off gone, because I don't think anybody really want to stay where there's somebody else they're thinking about and not you. Why would you even want to stay in that situation? Because I see a lot of people do that. They'll be like, he's going to love me back. No, he won't. I'm sorry to bust your bubble.
Yeah, he won't.
He's not going to love you no back. He's not going to love you any back.
Yeah.
So when he wants to go, see it as a sign of blessing. Do not see it as a sign of
Yeah.
sorrow. See it as a sign of blessing
Hmm.
and let him go.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course it's going to be sad. It's going to be, you're going to feel bad, you're going to feel a certain way, you're going to feel all of this way, but there's nothing you can do about it, because the more you stay, the more you're destroying yourself. The time you go and look for your own journey, you'll be looking for another person's journey, so go and look for your own journey. So it's just crazy. It's not even funny at all. Like, it's not even funny, it's crazy. So I think everybody should just get to that point where I don't really fear of the unknown. Everybody has this fear of
Hmm.
the unknown. Mm.
Yeah.
Everybody, I understand you're a human being. Yes, you're this, you're that. We always say we are whatever, we are this, we are that. You know, I know fear of the unknown. I understand, but that unknown that you have been afraid of, if you don't treat it now, it still meets you in future. Yeah, he might
Yeah.
even be loyal to you and be like, okay, let's rugged it. Let me just sacrifice for this girl and go. But when how long another person come and be loyal? After a while, he's definitely going to leave, because people like, I've been being
Hmm.
loyal, I've been loyal just because of you, but I'm not happy. That's the next line they'll give you. They're not happy. So leave them, let them go and be happy. They used to you. You
Yes.
find your own happiness. Honestly, you find your own happiness, because when I saw that movie, even me, if I'm a girl in that situation, and I just saw how the guy Uber driver left his girl and is now coming to propose
Hmm.
XYZ to me, and me, so I'm also buying it, and I'm also, huh? I feel like it's a red flag. I'll be like, why did you leave the girl that you came here with? Now it's me. It's a red flag. So, or
That is now.
that means
She
you will leave me
likes
now.
him right from the beginning.
Yeah, so that means you will have to prove to me beyond every reasonable doubt. That's no,
Yes, no.
no.
Hmm.
You're the one, you're the one. Yeah. You're the one, even at that, I'll still be using side eye to look at you because of the way you came in from.
You
So
will still leave that for another woman.
yes, now that's the whole idea. That's
You will still leave that for another woman.
that's always the case. That's always the problem. But not to worry, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Bruce has to go and rest. I have to go and rest. We've been on live from morning to night, morning to night,
Uh,
night to morning. Oh my God, it's been a crazy ride. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to leave your comments, in the comment section of this video, because the video is going to still be on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. And Ruth, thank you so much for being here. You're an amazing person. You're lovely. You're intelligent.
my pleasure. My pleasure. It's all my pleasure.
Can you imagine? It's not that Mr. Abel is saying that he doesn't. Uh, Mr. Abel is saying that it's not that Mr. Abel is trying to join. Hey, when we are closing, where we are going, let him join for maybe when we do where's Tinubu. Politics.
Where's Tinubu?
Yeah, so we are looking for our president. Later this night we'll do where's Tinubu. You should go and join at that point in time.
Oh, for real? Is it missing?
I don't know now. We don't know where he is for how many days. He's not yet back after the program.
Wow.
So that's where it's Tinubu is trending on Twitter. So we want to look at it and want to find our president this night.
Wow.
Where is Tinubu? We want to find our president this night. But so thank you so much. for joining. Thank you so much. And it was nice having this chat to you. Let's go rest. Me, I still have, I think, one more live today, later today, with some people who want to discuss West. God help me. Hi, Lord is my strength. Ah, oh
The
my
Lord is your
God.
shepherd.
Ah,
Okay. It's good night from me here.
yes. Good night,
Bye bye.
darling. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Take care. You are
Okay.
amazing. Good
See you
night.
tomorrow. Good night.
Bye. And good night, guys, from me also. Good night, good night, good night, good night. And I'll see you guys in the next live. I think we have one last live. I don't know how it's going to go. I think I have some people that want to talk about West. So let's see how that goes. Take care, everybody. Take care, take care, take care. I love you guys. Bye.